Sometimes the very thing that breaks you is the same thing that builds you. We spend so much time trying to avoid pain, trying to dodge heartbreak, failure, disappointment. But what if those moments aren't the end? What if they're the beginning of who you're meant to become? You see, strength isn't built in peace, it's built in pressure. The version of you that can handle tomorrow doesn't exist yet. You build that version today in the middle of your breaking point. So don't just survive what hurt you. Let it shape you. Let it teach you. Let it make you unshakable. When life breaks you, don't resist it, understand it, because the moment you accept what happened instead of fighting it, you take back your power. Most people spend years pretending to be okay, walking around with unspoken pain, smiling through things that shattered them. But ignoring pain doesn't heal it, it only buries it deeper. And the deeper you bury something, the more control it has over you. You can't heal what you refuse to face. The truth is, pain demands to be felt. It will show up in your attitude, your relationships, your trust, your silence, until you stop running from it and start listening to it. When you finally sit with your pain and stop resisting it, something shifts. You begin to see that what hurt you wasn't there to end you. It was there to awaken you. Every wound carries a lesson, and if you're brave enough to look for it, you'll find growth inside the ache. Think about it. The strongest trees grow in the harshest winds. Their roots dig deeper, not because the storm is kind, but because the storm is necessary. In the same way, your struggle is the resistance that builds your strength. You don't grow in comfort, you grow in chaos. It's the pressure that reveals your potential. Acceptance doesn't mean you like what happened. It means you stop letting it control you. It's saying, yes, this hurt me, but it won't define me. Because pain is not your identity, it's your experience. And experiences are meant to shape you, not cage you. You can either let your pain build walls or build wisdom. When you keep resisting your reality, you stay stuck in it. But the moment you surrender, not in weakness, but in awareness, you open yourself to transformation. The pain stops being a punishment and starts becoming a teacher. Every setback you've faced, every heartbreak, betrayal, and failure wasn't there to ruin you. It was there to refine you. Think of gold. It only becomes pure when it passes through fire. The heat doesn't destroy it. It removes the impurities that don't belong. Life works the same way. The fire you're in right now isn't evidence that you're being punished. It's evidence that you're being prepared. You're being shaped into someone stronger, wiser, more grounded. You're being built for the next version of your life. But to reach that version, you have to let go of who you were before the pain. And letting go isn't easy. We cling to the past because it's familiar even when it's hurting us. We replay memories, question ourselves, blame others, and build stories around what went wrong. But healing begins when you stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start asking, what is this trying to teach me? That's the moment your pain turns into purpose. That's when your wounds stop being your weakness and start being your wisdom. Every lesson learned through struggle becomes a piece of armor for your future. You see, your strength doesn't come from pretending you're unbreakable. It comes from embracing the fact that you've been broken and rebuilt yourself anyway. The scars you carry aren't ugly. They're proof of survival. They're evidence that pain didn't have the final word. And the more you accept your scars, the more they remind you that you've already overcome what once felt impossible. You don't have to hide your breaking point. It's part of your becoming point. Every time you rise after being broken, you become a different person. You see life differently. You love differently. You trust differently. You no longer chase validation because you've learned that peace doesn't come from people. It comes from understanding yourself. You start setting boundaries, not because you're cold, but because you've learned the cost of letting the wrong people too close. You speak up, not to argue, but to honor your truth. You start choosing silence not out of fear, but out of power. That's what healing does. It changes the way you move through the world. And here's something powerful. You never break the same way twice. Once you've rebuilt yourself after a deep fall, something inside you changes forever. You develop emotional muscle. You recognize red flags faster. You trust your intuition more. The same storm that once drowned you can't even shake you anymore. Because now you know breaking wasn't the end, it was the beginning of your strength. So when life breaks you again, and it will, don't rush to escape it. Don't numb it. Don't hide it. Let it teach you. Let it build new strength in you. The pain you're feeling is proof that something inside you still wants to grow. And the moment you stop fighting your breaking, you begin your rebuilding. Every fall is an invitation to rise stronger. Every loss is an opening to gain clarity. Every failure is a step toward becoming unshakable. You can't control what breaks you, but you can control what it builds in you. Let it build patience, let it build wisdom, let it build resilience. Because the people who rise from their pain with peace are the ones who chose to understand it, not escape it. They didn't let it harden them, they let it shape them. They didn't lose themselves in the storm, they found themselves in it. And that's the power of acceptance. When you stop running from your breaking, you start building your becoming. So don't resist the breaking, welcome it. Let it break you open, not down. Because sometimes, the only way for light to enter is through the cracks. Healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means learning to live stronger because of what you remember. You see, people often think healing is about erasing what happened, pretending it didn't hurt, or acting like they've moved on when they haven't. But real healing doesn't ask you to forget, it asks you to understand. It asks you to look at your past and say, yes, that happened, but it doesn't define me anymore. Healing is not the absence of pain, it's the presence of wisdom. It's carrying your memories without letting them carry you. When something breaks you, your trust, your heart, your peace, you don't come out of it the same. The pain leaves a mark, but that mark can either stay as a wound or become a scar. The difference is in how you choose to see it. A wound bleeds, a scar reminds. One keeps you hurting, the other shows you healed. And the truth is, you can't force healing to happen overnight. You can't rush what takes time to rebuild. Healing is a process of patience. It's waking up every day and choosing to keep going even when the memory still hurts. It's learning to breathe again in the same spaces where you once felt suffocated. It's learning to trust yourself again after being betrayed by someone you thought never would. Healing doesn't erase what happened. It rewires how it lives inside you. You will still remember the words that cut deep, the faces that left, the days that felt endless. But over time, the memory will lose its power. The sting will fade, not because you forgot, but because you've grown stronger than the pain. You'll start to notice the lessons hidden in the heartbreak. You'll start to see how your strength was quietly building even when you thought you were falling apart. Healing teaches you that pain isn't the enemy, it's the messenger. It's there to remind you what matters, what needs to change, and what you deserve better than. And sometimes healing means forgiving people who never apologized, not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. Holding on to resentment doesn't punish them, it poisons you. Forgiveness isn't saying what they did was okay, it's saying you won't let it control you anymore. It's releasing the grip that pain has on your heart so you can finally breathe freely again. Healing is freedom, and freedom begins when you stop letting your past dictate your future. But make no mistake, healing is not linear. Some days you'll feel like you've moved on, and others will bring back memories that reopen old emotions. That doesn't mean you're broken again, it means you're human. Healing is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about learning to live with your story, not against it. The very memories that once haunted you will one day guide you. They remind you how far you've come, how much you've grown, how deeply you've learned to love yourself through pain. Healing isn't about closing the book. It's about turning the page. And there's something beautiful about remembering without reliving. When you can think about your past and no longer feel the same heaviness, that's healing. When you can look back and feel gratitude instead of grief, that's growth. You start to thank the pain for teaching you boundaries, for teaching you self-worth, for showing you that you can survive even your hardest seasons. Healing gives you a quiet kind of confidence, the kind that doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. Because when you've rebuilt yourself from pain, you walk differently, you speak differently, you carry peace like armor. So no, healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means remembering with understanding. It means looking back at the moments that broke you and realizing they also built you. It's knowing that the same memory that once made you cry now makes you proud. Because you didn't let it end you, you let it evolve you. You took your pain and turned it into perspective. You took what hurt you and turned it into strength. Healing is living stronger, not softer. It's walking forward with scars that tell the story of survival and wisdom that no one can take away. Pain changes people, but growth is choosing how it changes you. Pain has a way of rewriting us. It alters how we see the world, how we love, how we trust. It hardens some and softens others. But what determines who you become after pain isn't what happened. It's what you decide to do with what happened. You can let pain turn you bitter, or you can let it turn you better. That's the difference between breaking down and breaking open. One closes your heart, the other expands it. Pain will shape you no matter what, but growth is a choice. You can't avoid being changed, but you can choose how you're changed. When people hurt you, when life disappoints you, it's easy to let that pain turn you cold. You start building walls, stop trusting, stop believing. You tell yourself you don't care anymore, but deep down you do. That's not strength, that's protection. True strength isn't in shutting down, it's in staying open despite the pain. Growth means saying, this hurt me, but it won't turn me into someone I'm not. It means staying kind in a cruel world, staying hopeful when things feel hopeless, staying grounded when everything around you is falling apart. That's not weakness, that's wisdom born from experience. Pain will test your patience, your faith, your character. It'll push you to the edge and make you question everything you once believed about yourself. But the moments that test you the most are also the ones that teach you the most. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when you're stretched beyond what you thought you could handle. Every challenge is a mirror, showing you parts of yourself you didn't know existed, your endurance, your discipline, your courage. The more you face what scares you, the more you realize that fear loses its power when you face it head on. But choosing growth means taking responsibility. It means refusing to let pain be your excuse. You can't change who hurt you, but you can change how you heal. You can't rewrite what happened, but you can rewrite what it means to you. Growth is ownership. It's saying this happened, but it won't define me. It will refine me. Because pain doesn't make you stronger by itself. It makes you stronger when you learn from it. You become powerful when you stop asking, why me? And start asking, what now? That's where transformation begins. There's a quiet beauty in people who have suffered and still choose to love deeply. Their kindness isn't naive, it's intentional. Their peace isn't ignorance, it's mastery. They've learned that revenge doesn't heal, silence doesn't solve, and anger doesn't protect, it only poisons. So instead of letting pain turn them into the very thing that hurt them, they choose to evolve. They learn boundaries, they learn to walk away, they learn that growth sometimes looks like peace, not power, forgiveness, not fury, acceptance, not avoidance. Pain changes you, but growth changes what pain means to you. The same experience that once broke you can one day become the story that empowers you. You'll start to see your pain as a reminder, not a prison. A reminder of how far you've come, of what you've survived, of what you'll never tolerate again. Growth is when your pain stops being your enemy and becomes your energy. It drives you forward instead of holding you back. It fuels your compassion, your discipline, your perspective. You stop seeing pain as punishment and start seeing it as preparation. And here's the truth, growth is a daily choice. It's not something that happens once after the storm ends. It's something you choose every time the storm tries to return. Every time you feel triggered, every time the past knocks on your door, you have two options. Repeat the pattern or rewrite it. You can react like before or respond like you've evolved. That's how you measure real growth, not by how peaceful your life looks, but by how peaceful you remain when it's not. So yes, pain will change you. It's supposed to. But don't let it steal your softness, your humanity, your heart. Let it deepen your understanding, sharpen your vision, strengthen your purpose. Let it teach you that you can survive what once broke you and still smile again. Because growth isn't about avoiding pain, it's about transforming it. You're not just meant to get through what hurt you, you're meant to grow from it, rise from it, and build a version of yourself that pain can no longer destroy. That's the real power, not avoiding change, but choosing how it changes you.